Couple things to mention before we get back into themes. First, you may have noticed that when you go to your website, even though you have a home page and blog is way here at the end, blog comes up first. We can change that, and we will, but not for right now, because probably at this point in the class we're still mostly sharing blog information with our fellow students, so that's okay for now. The other thing is, at the end of the last video, I told you we would look at two different ways of solving this problem of having multiple items. So the one was to put this dummy link here, so there's nothing to go to when you click photography, right? It kind of wants to bounce around a little bit, but actually that's just those images changing. But anyway, we can see this brings out the multiple choices. But what if you wanted everyone to go and see the page, like this page first, read about your camera, and then have a choice to go to the other pages? Well, the only way to really solve that would be to have this photography take you to this page, and then you to have two links on there. So let me go ahead and make those changes here. I'll just explain what I'm doing, but I don't need to show you at this point every single thing about pages because you pretty much have a handle on that. Oops, what did I do there? I just wanted to get into all pages. All right, when in doubt, just put in the name of your website and add admin to the end of it. And then, oh, I know what, I clicked on plans, not pages. That's the issue. Okay, so pages, going to click on that. And so basically what I'm going to do is the about my camera, I'm going to change that to just be the photography page. So we'll rename this to photography. Okay, so then I change the name here. Then you'd have all your information that you really want your readers to see first. Then you're going to add another block. And in this block, you're going to say something like, well, we just want this to be a paragraph, first of all. So we're just going to say, you know, please visit these links. Just type something like this: to see my photography, click on the links below. So then we have portraits here. We're going to click on it, and then in this box, we're going to make a link, and we are going to link it to that page. So let's try doing a search here for portraits, and yep, came up right away, and it's a page, and that's what we want. So we're just going to click on page, and we're going to do the same thing for landscapes here. It's going to bring us to that page, and then boom. So the main lesson here is that you can link, you know, you don't have to use a menu to link. You can make any kind of link you want. You could link out to your favorite pages for people. Now let's go ahead and look at this here. Ooh, the other way around here. We're almost there. We just have to change the menu to get rid of this secondary item here, make that a main menu. Well, just change this so that it's only the one page here. But basically, once we get to this page, then we have exactly what we want. We make people read this first, and then, and only then, can they see the portraits page. And then on here, we would probably want a back button. And that's why links on a page aren't nearly as good as a menu. But I'm just trying to show you all this stuff so you know all the possibilities. Let's go in and just fix this menu so that it makes more sense now. And to get at the menu, remember it's appearance and then menus. And so basically what we need to do is get rid of all of these items here now. And then simply add, oh, we need to get rid of that one too. And then we would just add photography one. And then put that up to where we want it. Save menu. We'll look at that. So now we're back to just a simple type menu. When we click on photography, takes us to that page, and then again, we can click on the links to get in there. Now, another thing too to mention is just because, like on this particular theme, when I roll over photography, it used to drop down the other things. Some menus, and I don't really care for this, have a caret next to it, and you have to actually click on the caret, which I think is a lot less friendly than a simple drop down. Okay, so now that we have our simple menu, well, we have a simple menu set up. Now we can explore themes a little bit more. But I think what will also help us explore themes is let's put an image on each page in different size. And I've made available to you the test images. So you'll go on Canvas, and on the home page of Canvas for your class, you'll see a link to download my images, and you'll be able to do what I'm going to do here. Inside of Pages here, I'm going to go to just my home page. I'm going to click Edit, and at various places in each page I'm going to put an image just so I can see what theme is truly the one that I want to use. So I'll maybe go after here, put in a block, and then I'm just going to simply insert a photo by scrolling down to Media here, and then, whoops, where did you go? Image. Okay. There we go. And so upload or select, I'll just go to, if you already have a library built, you'd go to select, but since I'm still kind of building this, I'm going to go to upload and go to my file system, and these are the images that I have made available to you. So on this page, we'll put the large one, and update the page, and then I'm just going to keep going back to my pages, and I'm going to keep adding different size images to each page, and try to put some up near the top and so on, and we'll see what happens here. This one on paintings, right under the column paintings. Landscape page, I'm going to go with images only, so I'm going to get a hold of this and just delete until I get rid of all this stuff here. And then here I am going to hit the plus, and I'm going to go to media or image, media, image, upload, and let's just start picking some images. And then I'm just going to keep clicking on the plus either here or here, and I'll add 2 more images here. You see, that's another way to get to image. And I'll just show you what I did here. So we've already used this one. Let's try this one. And then so we click here, and when you click the plus button there, it's a lot, image becomes one of the top choices. So it's a little bit quicker that way. All right, so that is under the page that is, I believe that, well, we took the title out, so it's hard to say, but I think, well, rather than thinking, let's figure it out. Okay, so yeah, so that was my landscape page. And so you can see there's nothing up at the top here because we blanked out the about page, or the title up at the top, and just put in 3 images. Okay, and then let's try one more thing here. Let's go to the page for portraits, and let's put in somewhat of a gallery of images in that one. Before we set up a gallery, let's actually explore the library a little bit, just so we're not overloading multiple images in here. So we're going to go to Media and then Library, and that shows us all the different images we have here. So we can see that we already have some redundancy in here, which, early on isn't a big deal. But in reality, if you're setting up a site and you know what images you're going to have, especially a site like a portfolio site, you're better off just to go to Media, Library, and add all your images at one time, and then just select them from there. So you can either select or just drop them onto here. But I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to select all of these. Now I'm probably going to end up with triplicates, so we'll keep an eye on that, and any of them that we know that we're just adding right now that we already have, we'll just get rid of them. And to just select and delete an item, you click on bulk select, and then we'll just click on, like we can say, I've got some of these that are in here multiple times. What may happen is we'll go to a page and an image will have an error because I've deleted it. But I'm going to take a little bit of time here, go through and just make sure that I only have one of each image, and then I'll select all of them and then I'll click delete permanently. Okay, I think I got most of the extras, and we can leave this one in. It's a one they put in there just for experimenting, and then this is the one that got in there because of the initial theme. So those are okay for now. So now we're going to go back into Pages, and we're going to see if we can set up a gallery for our portrait page. So we'll go Edit. This one I'm going to leave the title up at the top. Now, don't do this yourself when you're actually making a site, but when you're experimenting, try out all kinds of stuff. But once you figure out what you're going to do, you want to be very consistent from page to page. So, okay, I'm going to put the cursor in here. I'm going to hit this plus sign since I like how quick this one is, and we're going to go into gallery. But let's say that you didn't have that option. Let's just make sure we can find gallery by hitting this add block, which has so many more choices to it. Yeah, same thing. We just had to scroll down to media and then click gallery. And then now we don't have to upload because we have a library. We can go to select images, and we're going to go to media library. And I don't know why it's making us whoop. Oh, I don't know why it's making us click on media library so many times, but eventually we get there. And now I think we just click, yeah. Just click on the images we want, and we're just going to go ahead and let's put every single image in there. Why not? Because we can always delete the gallery and start over. Okay, now we've got a couple choices over here, and we can put in alt text for every image, which we should by the time we're making the site, and we can put in captions and things like that. But for now, we'll keep it just pretty simple. And then once we have all our images selected, we're going to go to create a new gallery. And it looks like we can drag and drop to reorder the files. So I don't know, let's just say we want this biggest image to be the first one. We'll do that. And you can see we have another chance here to put captions on it. And let's just click on Insert Gallery now. Okay, and let's try this out. So I hit update here, and another thing that's worth mentioning is when you click on the gallery inside of the page, you know, in the edit page, or editing portion of the page, you can see that one of the things you have up here is a little change button, and you can change how you want the gallery to be, whether it's tiled or a slideshow or however you want it. So you may want to try out different ones of these. You can see a little bit of a preview here as you roll over these, but I'm just going to stick with the default one for now. We'll go to our actual page, we'll refresh it, and then at this point we just want to look at all the pages and see how all the images look, and you can see right here this was because I deleted all my extras, so I'll have to go in and I'll have to replace those images in there. But let's take a particular look at the gallery we created, which was under portraits, I believe. So you can see we have the text for portraits, and then we have all of those images, at least a piece of all those images in there. And then if we click on one, it brings us to a slideshow anyhow. So a lot of stuff to experiment with in here. All right, so I've got all the images fixed in here now. The biggest offender of this theme to me showing my stuff on my site is these big goofy images, or you could just say in general a big goofy header. All of the important information that I really want people to see is way down here. So that's one of the things we're going to look for when we select a new theme. Something I highly suggest you do when you're looking for new themes is to write down each theme that you've tried. Write down the pros and cons of it. As you get better with this, you may want to go back and revisit some of the themes and see if maybe they'll work better for you with your new knowledge. So that's where we'll pick up on the next video.